Dulann are an e-learning business. We're based at Wexford Enterprise Centre, and essentially we help our clients to increase compliance, increase productivity, whilst at the same time cutting out the cost and inefficiencies associated with traditional training in the workplace. What we do is an interactive based e-learning suite, which is highly interactive, highly engaging, based on cognitive or Montessori approach to learning. And essentially you no longer have to take 12 people out of the workforce to sit them in a classroom at any one time to conduct traditional training. The type of training is vast, from explosive environment training for a large multinational to emergency evacuation of forecourts for a petrol chain, right down to how to handle a horse for one of the world's best known studs. One particular business we deal with are exceptionally GDPR compliant, so they have policies in terms of no jackets, no phones, etc. So because they don't have access to the internet, we delivered that sort of training on site for them as well. We signed up to a 2-day Intertrade Go workshop in Waterford, and I have to say it was fantastic. It allowed us to put together a whole bid strategy from a public procurement perspective. It allowed us to understand what our value proposition was from a public perspective, but also it helped us to structure criteria around what we should bid for and what we shouldn't bid for, so that we weren't wasting our time. Overall, we found that the Intertrade Ireland course fantastic in terms of focus and in terms of structure. After the go-to-tender workshops, there was an opportunity to avail of some mentoring, and we found that absolutely invaluable, to be honest. It allowed us to do a number of different things, but it allowed us to focus on the markets that were right for us. We did win some new contracts on the back of the training received, and to be honest, without the training, we wouldn't have won it. Certainly, the biggest benefit for us internally was the focus it gave us in terms of bid writing and report writing, so that we were able to answer the questions concisely and correctly, to allow the people that are assessing the bids to score us, of course independently, but to give us the best possible marks and obviously the best possible chance of winning. In the last financial year, just over 40% of our turnover came from public sector work, which prior to doing those go-to workshops, we didn't have any public sector work. So that has given us a massive foothold in terms of future growth as a business, but also it gives you credibility as an organisation within those public sector environments. So we would highly recommend the programme, and it now forms part of an overall strategy for us as an organisation, and we'll be sending more of our people on those workshops as they appear throughout the country.